Can I see this? Can we see this? Boom. This is awesome. So here goes another thing, Ben. I'm gonna close out on this because I didn't even know this was here. But yeah, this is the history of NFTs, right? So I think before I was explaining about uh, joining a brand new NFT that I was like, oh, Sam Wars, Strain Wars, hop into Strain Wars, and let's build this community. Let's get it going. Look at when some of these things started. I was in awe when I seen this, right? So I definitely want to share with you again, build with Stuckey. As I learn things, I'm going to bring it to you. That's why this is going to stay updated and we're going to stay moving together on this path, right? But yeah, like look at this. Like this is amazing to me. Like in 2012, 2013, NFTs were kind of even almost a thing, right? What else was going on at that point in time? Oh, now I'm saying thing in the background loaded in. My computer's been acting crazy. I need to update it. Um, yeah, 2014, Counterparty started. Spells of Genesis on Counterparty kicked off. Rare Peeps on Counterparty kicked off. So Counterparty is a place where you can go get uh, NFTs, right? ESN launched. Now look how long that's. That was in 2017. So you could have got a uh, 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 you could have got an ESN. You could have started building with ESN back in 2007. I didn't even know this. This is what I'm saying. CryptoPunks started in 2017. So just think about how many people got in on CryptoPunks in 2017. You get what I'm saying? CryptoKitty started in 2017. Right? OpenSeas was founded in 2017. The ERC 721 was first proposed in 2017. Now that's something that people build with that all the time, right? CryptoPunks is one of the most 2022. CryptoPunks is one of the most popular NFTs that's out. So is CryptoKitties, right? Axie Infinity is a game that I told you about on the blockchain video that I was speaking of, right? Um, and that's huge right now. And that was in 2018, right? I mean, 2018 also Super Rare came out. Um, Maker's Place came out and Rare. Those are all NFT exchanges, right? Like marketplaces. And now we're even at a point where you can create your own marketplace. And you can have your own NFTs up there. I mean, obviously you want to be on a bigger marketplace. Like you can create your own Shopify store, but you want your stuff on Walmart or Amazon as well. You know, it's kind of the same comparison. Nifty giveaways is another uh, place to go. Art blocks is another place. And I learned about those over the last several months of me understanding and learning about NFTs, right? Um, and then we have Beeple Christie auction. So I was just watching a video on that where dude's been doing art for years, and then he just decided in 2020 to make uh, some of his stuff become NFTs. And when he put it out, somebody bought it, and then it went for a crazy amount. He was like, "Oh shoot! The first time I made, um, I don't know, $100,000 or more. It could have even been more. I mean, I only watched a little clip of the video just to understand who he was, right? But it's so crazy. I had just seen that, and then I seen this brief history, and he's on the history thing. Then the next thing that happened was a piece of his art, because it was NFT, sold for like millions of dollars, like maybe like 10 million or more, right? But now he gets the royalty. So again, he went from making art, and I think he's like managing an art store, like having a regular job basically, um, in the art world though. He went from doing that to just creating his NFT from his art, and now it's like he is one of the, in history, one of the uh, most profitable selling artists in history, right? Like people spend that much on his art, in the millions, right? And you would think like we have like Van Goghs and all that stuff. He's the most. He's made the most. If he's not the most, then he's in the top three. I won't make him seem like he's the only one because again, but like that's why he's significant. That's why he's on this. Um, that's why he's on this. Then you have Pack Fungible, Pack's Fungible Collection, uh, South Soul Base Sale. I'm gonna look into that. I've seen something on that, but I'm totally not. I don't know if that is. But the Board Ape Yacht Club is going crazy, and it was made in 2021. Um, and nouns. and then Nike acquires RTFKT. So now I'm going to look into packs, fungible. I'm looking to, so probably in the next video, I'll probably go over that. I might even go over this whole brief history of NFTs, right? But let's end with this Nike thing, right? This Nike thing is so crazy because they're now using NFTs to attach to their sneakers to give it on authenticity. So remember before I was saying NFTs are the future. It's the wave. In my last video, I believe. It's the wave of the future right now because they're smart contracts that you can go back to and you can see the originator of where it came from. So therefore, now with these sneakers attached to a smart contract or NFT, um, you're going to be able to trace this legit came from Nike, then it went to whoever was the seller. Now the seller who's reselling is reselling the authentic one, and even if it becomes 5 years, 6 years, 10 years later down the line, these are authentic. Now I don't know what they're gonna do with the people who have authentic sneakers and they want to authenticate them. So that's gonna be a weird twist unless they just say moving forward. But there's so many sneakers that need to be authenticated now. So there goes that. So most likely they're gonna come up with something to get these NFTs out to be able to authenticate and maybe upload to Nike. I don't know. My brain is just like, oh, this is like amazing technology that's just being put into place um, right now in real time. So stay tuned. You know, this is Crypto Talks with Bill with Stuckey, and let's go. Hey, so I was just talking about the history of NFTs and just thought about like, oh yeah, so we just went over what is a non-fungible token, but we don't really have like, let's get Google's definition of what is an example of an NFT. So each NFT represents a real world object like music, video, and a game item or a virtual baseball trading game. These digital assets are brought and sold online, typically with cryptocurrency. Things like physical money or Bitcoin are fungible, meaning they can be exchanged for one another. With an NFT, you're not exchanging an NFT for one or another. And like I said before, like there's like three different types, which is a PFP, which is the profile picture. Then you have the ones that are really art, and then you have music. They did say the cards, the digital cards, but I think that kind of phased out. And now we're in 2022 where the digital card aspect of it can be a utility, but it's not necessarily what an NFT is, right? What is the point of an NFT? An NFT is a unique cryptographic token that exists on the blockchain and cannot be replicated. NFTs can be used to represent real world items like artwork and real estate. Tokenizing these real world tangible assets allows them to be bought, sold, and traded for more efficiently while reducing probability of fraud. So it's really just a trust thing that kind of goes on with NFTs, but they're smart contracts. That's really what it is. All right, a non-fungible token definition. Oh no, what is an NFT market? Yeah, that's what I want to go over real fast too, real fast. So NFTs or non-fungible tokens are kind of a digital collectible whose ownership is recorded in a decentralized public ledger. The skyrocketed in popularity last year, so that was 2021, with one NFT artist called Beeple. Remember, I was just talking about Beeple in the history part, right? So that's kind of like the overview of what an NFT is. I'm gonna kind of break down what an NFT is, and then I'm gonna show you some examples of like a metaverse where like the gaming was already there, because you know, like you gotta think about like Grand Theft Auto or Sand, um, and then the NFT gamified would technically be like the characters or the items in there, right? Something that you can't really trade for, but has a value, and you could purchase it with tokens. But like in a video game setting, you would focus it with like the ESPN coins or the GameStop card or something to that nature. All right, so hopefully that was informative enough for you to understand what a marketplace is, a good example, and kind of understand a little bit better of what an NFT is. I might go over what a market looks like, but for non-visual, a market is definitely like Open Seas or Rarible or even Magic Eden or something to that nature. All right, peace. GTA is a sandbox. All Grand Theft Auto games are a sandbox type. That's major. That should just blew your mind right there. Even that. A video game or part of a video game in which the player is not considered constrained to achieving a specific goal and has a large degree of freedom to interact with or to interact hold on, have a large degree of freedom to explore, interact with, or modify the game environment until whose games is a sandbox was it injective. I don't even know where that came from. Let's leave that part out of there. But that's what sandbox is for the most part. But that's not what I got on here for. So let's go over this part of what the sandbox is, right? So this part is amazing because the metaverse virtual land hits 106 million last week, right? So that means that this sandbox that I'm showing you that I'm tapping into that we're gonna look into a little bit deeper is actually is actually somewhere where you can actually buy land. Let's look at this. Snoop Dogg bought land in this already, right? So that means that it's really a Snoop Dogg block in this, right? Obviously, it's a game, but first always wins in business for the most part, right? So you always want to be aware of that. Just understand that first. Like, look at this is the other game that's NFT. Like, these are all the games. These are the sandbox type games. These are all the games that's playing on the NFT, playing Crypto Kitties, Axie Infinity, Sandbox Evolution, Ember Sword, Lost Relics. Lost Relics is hard. I want to say League of Kingdoms, but these are all crypto games already, right? So like you can get your NFTs and you can get in here, and when you own your NFT, just understand what an NFT is when you own it. Animes, gifts, songs, or items in a video game. Non-fungible means it is indivisible. The opposite fungible means examples. The opposite fungible has examples like Bitcoin. One Bitcoin can be swapped for another. They're identical, right? If that makes sense. I hope it does. I'm not going too much deeper into it than that. Who makes Bored Apes? All seen Seneca, the lead artist behind non-fungible tokens collection Bored Ape Yachts Club, may not be a household name, but her impact to the NFT world is undeniable. If you don't know who that is, what that is, that's what you need to go tap in and understand. These apes are going crazy, crazy, right?